Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my channel, Divinely Guided Intuitive Messages. My name is Reagan. Today's message is about our sleep-wake cycles and the patterns in which we go to bed and wake up every day throughout the week, and how changing these schedules can affect our circadian rhythm or our body's internal time clock, and to make sure that our clock stays on schedule and that we're able to get a good night's sleep and feel refreshed in the morning. Okay, I wanted to let you know a little bit about myself. In addition to being a health coach and a massage therapist and a Reiki practitioner, I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist or sleep therapist. Also, I have a master's degree in education, so I'm an educator, and I am sharing my experience here on YouTube because I have been divinely guided to do so. So I wanted to mention the circadian rhythm, which is our body's internal time clock, and this is our sleep-wake cycle determiner. Okay, so we all have a specific time clock alignment, if you will, and what we want to do is try to maintain that comfort. Some of us need only 4 hours of sleep per night, and others need 8 or 9 hours of sleep per night in order to feel refreshed, which you need to go with whatever your body is asking you for. So if you wake up after just a few hours and you can't go back to sleep, then there's some things that you can do to try to avoid that in the future, and I'm going to list some of those as the tips that I was going to talk about in this video. So I'm also going to talk about some of the pros and cons of sleep aids, because, you know, we all know that medication is not good for us, and the longer that we take these things, the more likely we are to gain a dependency on them. Also, some shocking research that I've done on the labels of sleep aids and how they are completely misleading, and I have some really credible resources for you to check out if you're interested in doing that. So just a little bit of a disclaimer, and nothing I say in this video is meant to replace anything that you're doing currently with your own medical advice with your own doctors. Okay, this is just like a little something to raise awareness, so that if you're having some of these problems, or if you know someone who is, then maybe you'll hear something in my video that you then want to take back to your practitioner. Just make sure that you're not starting or stopping any medications based on what I say in this video, because that would be really silly on your part and really possibly dangerous, because some medications you can't just stop taking right away. You actually have to kind of downgrade in order to get off of them. So I definitely am not saying for anyone to start or stop taking any type of medication without speaking with a trusted healthcare professional. Okay, very good. Basically, the circadian rhythm is also known as our sleep-wake cycle or body clock. It's a natural internal system that's designed to regulate feelings of sleepiness and wakefulness over a 24-hour period. This complex timekeeper is controlled by an area of the brain that responds to light, which is why humans are most alert while the sun is shining and are ready to sleep whenever the sun goes down. Okay. Your level of wakefulness will rise and dip throughout the day, which is why most people, you know, experience like a post-lunch afternoon crash between the hours of, say, 1 and 3. And also why some people are morning people and some people are night owls. Okay. Just a couple of tips here to keep your circadian rhythm functioning as it should. That's to stick to a consistent sleep schedule. A regular bedtime and waking up at the same time daily help to keep the circadian rhythm in check. Number 2, go for a morning walk to get the exposure from the sun. If you can't do that, you don't have enough time, then just turn on your brightest light and or open the blinds and let the natural light shine through. And number 3, limit your evening tech lights. Any bright lights from your phone, your computer, your TV, any bright lights that you might have in the bedroom. You should always have a dimmer light in the bedroom for reading or whatnot right before bed. And Jenny Craig agrees with these, okay? So I found some of the same ones on her website. How does the circadian rhythm influence our health? It is an important aspect of our well-being and can influence the sleep cycle and bodily functions like releasing hormones, digestion, and even body temperature. So this is a very important thing to keep in mind for our night's sleep, to be restful. It can also affect the immune system. A disruption of the circadian rhythm has been linked to inflammatory pathologies. These include autoimmune diseases that we know all too well, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, among others, okay? So according to WebMD, insomnia is a disorder that is characterized by difficulty falling and or staying asleep. People with insomnia have one or more of the following symptoms: difficulty falling asleep, waking up during the night, and having trouble going back to sleep. According to the Mayo Clinic, common causes of chronic insomnia include stress, concerns about work, school, health, finances, or family, and keeping your mind active at night, making it difficult to sleep. Stressful life events like trauma, such as a death or illness of a loved one, divorce, or job loss also may lead to insomnia. According to the National Sleep Foundation, anxiety may be associated with onset insomnia, which is trouble falling asleep, or maintenance insomnia, which is waking up during the night and not being able to return to sleep. When this happens for many nights or many months, you may start to feel anxious or dreadful or panic at just the thought of going to sleep. In my experience working in sleep labs, it can also cause individuals to become easily agitated in anger or lash out easily, to become forgetful, and to find difficulty maintaining mental focus, just to name a few. So let's move into the sleep hygiene tips that most people don't realize are associated with sleep and or insomnia, and they include dimming the lights prior to bedtime by at least 1 hour or more. I recommend 2 to 3 hours. Going to bed at roughly the same time regularly, and also waking up at the same time regularly. Meditation helps to relax the mind. Stretching helps to release some of the tension in the body. Also, drinking hot tea can be beneficial depending on what you're experiencing. It can really help you to rest well. Listening to calm, relaxing sounds or white noise at night, that can actually be very beneficial to some people that need to have a little bit of sound. Also, avoiding TV and phone usage and computer usage within 2 hours of sleep, that's ideal. Anything longer than that, it obviously is better, but minimum is 2 hours to avoid these things, okay? Reading works great for redirecting the mind and focus on from daily responsibilities. Also, taking a warm bath with or without sea salt and essential oils. Very relaxing when you do it with sea salt and essential oils. I also recommend adding some of the stones. I did a video on my spiritual bath not too long ago, so please be sure to check that one out if you're interested. A good bedtime routine is important to allow your body and mind to wind down, calm the mind for bed. Keep in mind that we can make up for lost sleep if we have late nights or early mornings occasionally. However, it is impossible to bank sleep, meaning we cannot sleep more today knowing tomorrow will be a long day and expect the following day or days not to be affected. They will be. Things to avoid within 2 hours of sleep, just like some really important things here, are smoking, drinking alcohol or caffeinated or sugary beverages, watching TV, using any mobile device or a computer, no exercising, don't eat anything within a couple of hours of sleep, and also talking or thinking about anything negative or too involved. Just write it down and deal with it tomorrow. It's not worth keeping your mind busy all night for, okay? Avoiding these activities prior to bedtime allows your bodily functions to get ready for the restful night's sleep. In other words, by avoiding eating too close to bedtime, your food will have already been digested, or the digestive system will no longer be using as much energy to break down that food, because it will have gone through the digestion process quite significantly by that time. So you can just begin to understand some of the reasons why I'm making these recommendations. Also, I wanted to mention some side effects about sleeping pills. We can get headaches, memory loss, circadian rhythm disruption, which is a big one because that also affects our immune system. Remember, we just talked about that. It causes distorted cognitive function, anxiety, confusion, dependency on the drug, dizziness, lightheadedness, which can be, dangerous if you're a caretaker or if you have to drive. Also, gastrointestinal problems, diarrhea, prolonged drowsiness, allergic reactions, and the list just keeps going on and on and on. Like, seriously. What's important here is that the vast majority of sleep aids on the market are simply misleading. Many of them are not accurately labeled at all, and the actual ingredients that are supposed to be in there are not even found. This is supported by a study done by the consumerreview.org website, and you're welcome to go and check that out if you like to read more. But they actually did involved testing, clinical laboratory testing, to test each one of the pills that they found on the label, various ones that they found, only to find out that the drug that was the main ingredient, the active ingredient in the pills, were not even present in those pills. So it's just, somehow they get around these things with the FDA and everything. Not really sure how that works, but, reading that really causes us to question just about everything that we read on a label, for me anyways. Sleep aids are also often misunderstood in relation to being called sleep aids when they simply promote drowsiness for a short period of time, which assists us with sleep onset or the going to sleep, not the sleep maintenance or the staying asleep. So if your hygiene is not good and your sleep patterns are not regular, then even taking something like melatonin or a sleep aid to induce drowsiness is not going to help you to stay asleep. It's just going to help you get to sleep. And then if you wake up, then you're going to have to take another one, which is just like a domino effect. We don't want to get involved with that. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. There's other ways that we can, produce more melatonin in the body. And believe it or not, that sleep hygiene that I keep mentioning over and over and over, like I'm beating a dead horse, I apologize, but that is where the answer is. If you want to produce your own melatonin and you want to be able to sleep in a good way without taking medication, sleep hygiene is your best friend, okay? Or it's going to be, or it should be. Okay, so we've covered a lot on this video. I hope it's been helpful to you. Just a final few additional ideas of things that you can do to induce sleep without sleep aids. Drink some hot chocolate, low in sugar type, obviously. Ovaltine is good. Or just some plain warm milk. Decaffeinated tea like chamomile, peppermint, or sleepy time. Something like that is going to be really beneficial. So I read a study that says banana smoothies are fun, delicious, and effective. You blend a banana with some almond butter and unsweetened soy milk or almond milk or regular milk to get the melatonin benefits from there also. Blend it together to make the perfect bedtime smoothie with a great amount of potassium and magnesium, which can also relax your muscles. So that sounds like a really yummy thing to do, even for the kids. I'm sure your kids would love to try something like that, and it'll be a fun little treat that you can do with them at night too. So it'll be like your new bedtime routine. Everybody's gonna have banana smoothies for bedtime. Okay, just don't run out of bananas, because ain't nobody sleeping if you do. Right? That's how it would go in my house. Mom, I can't sleep without my banana smoothies. Okay, fine. So the next one is, I also found this one online. It was interesting. It was cherry juice. Found a study from 2010 published in the Medicinal Food Journal suggested having around a cup of tart cherry juice in the morning and one about 2 hours before bed. Studies showed a significant decrease in insomnia in those who participated, and the juice is also helpful for sleep because it is a source of melatonin, and drinking some in the morning as well will help you to regulate your circadian rhythm. So if you get off of balance and you feel like you need to get back on balance, cherry juice is probably going to be your go-to for a natural source of melatonin. Okay, also pure coconut water. Coconut water, we really underestimate the benefit of this coconut stuff, this coconut oil and everything. This is something that I'm going to have to talk more about in another video, but coconut water was originally advertised as an energy boosting drink, but it can also go the other way. The drink is super good for a source of magnesium and potassium, both of which can help to relax the muscles, like I just mentioned. It also contains some B vitamins, which are known to help lower stress. So it's really important that we understand that there are natural sources out there available to us, and it's probably something that we can grab easily or that we already have in our possession at home if we just try to look on the internet, or if we try to read a book, or if we try to ask a health coach, or something like that, we can try to find a more holistic approach to causing things to function better in the body than going outside and saying, oh, well, I got to take a pill for this and that and that and those. And, you know, before you know it, we're not eating or drinking much of anything anymore except for pills. And that's really a bad way to live. It's going to make you stressed, and it's going to make you falter much sooner. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with all of that information. I hope you can soak it in well. If you haven't done so already, please give this video a thumbs up so we can get that message out there to everybody who needs help sleeping or to maintain their sleeping habits. Also, subscribe to my channel, please. Click that notifications bell so you'll be notified next time I post a video. And I'm sending lots of light and love to you guys, and I'm so glad you joined me. Have a blessed day.